down the left-hand side. How about that step and pace off the mark? Short ball, try! Chance favours the brave. How good was that?
What a brilliant try.
Both sides have thrown everything at it in the last 80 minutes. Another great example of why we love the great game of rugby league.
Kia ora and welcome. Today we are bringing you action of round 3 of the Fox Memorial Championship, and we are live from Victoria Park in downtown Auckland. A pleasure to have you with us on what is a glorious day for rugby league here. And isn't it great to have local rugby league beaming out across the globe through ARL's YouTube channel. Dale Tene, thanks very much for joining us on the program. And it's my great privilege to sit beside a man who's been a stalwart of our game, former Hibiscus Coast player, long time in the administration and management of our game, Nigel Rattray. It's good to be beside you today for our commentary. Nige, ngā mihi, how are you feeling about what we're witnessing here this afternoon?
Kia ora, Dale. First of all, mate, the debut on the mic here, next to a legend yourself, mate. So great to be here. But, mate, we're at the home ground of Ponsonby, Victoria Park, so much history here, and the club's already, they're bounding already in the season already, with the Root Rooster already being held here, and it's up for grabs today, mate. It's
going to be an awesome game here. Quite obviously, Ponsonby are making a return to the Fox after many years of sitting in the Sharman Cup, but they've had some good results through the early part of 2025 and are thoroughly deserving of their opportunity to play in the big league. In saying that, there are many new faces that we'll be able to introduce to you this afternoon. And for Mount Albert, of course, likewise. There are some seasoned runners in their squad, the likes of Chaz Brown, the likes of Rory Ropati and others. But what we are witnessing here in round 3 of the Fox is the emergence of a whole lot of neat young talent. And, of course, being back here at the former home of the great City Newton teams of yesteryear is an absolute pleasure. Well, here's how the teams will line out. Trent Wallace is in control of Mount Albert for the very first time. In fact, both coaches are on debut as Fox coaches. When you run through the list here, you'll see some familiar names. Dion Fraser, Chaz Brown, Rory Ropati, as mentioned, but there's some really exciting runners. Corey Sita, for instance, coming off the bench, is hugely experienced. Navajo Doyle rings a bell as well. But keep an eye out, too, for the back row, Solomon Vasufalangi, Ponsonby, who's playing in jersey number 11. On the left-hand side of that image that you're seeing are the positions, but they'll be playing, many of them, little out of sync as far as their jerseys are concerned. We'll do our best to keep you informed throughout the course of the afternoon. Well, that's the Mount Albert lineup. Here's the Ponsonby Ponies making their return to the Fox Memorial Championship. A lot of expectation here on Charles Gabriel, who'll be at 7, and how he combines with young Damon Abbey. But it's really the work of the front rowers that are going to set the platform if the Ponies are going to upset this afternoon. Amaramo Solomona and Tavita Faiava, and at the back, Kingston Manley. Great to see, and interestingly as well, the Ponsonby Ponies have got some digs just across the road, not far from where the Māori Community Centre used to be. So they're very much at home here. They've been playing their football in the Sharman Cup here at Vic Park, but it's really wonderful that they're able to line up and have a look here as well. Well, Nigel was kind enough to get some thoughts from the coaches pre-game. Let's go and hear from both coaches before kick-off.
I'm with the captain of, the coach of Mount Albert. Are you player coach?
Yeah, I haven't been a captain for a while.
Yeah. So I'm with Trent Wallace, but it is your first time as senior coach.
Yeah. First year's head coach, assistant coach last year with John, which was, you don't get a much better experience than being under John Auckland. So had a little bit of an apprenticeship there, I guess. But first year in full reins now, which is, it's been fun, been good.
So you had a little hiccup, we'll call it, last week against Te Atatu, but now you've got something on the line. You got the Root Rooster.
Yeah, it was a bit of a, I think it's a bit of a wake-up call for the boys. We'd gone pretty well during the grading round 3 games, so that second half just wasn't really good enough. And now I think they know in Fox football you can't do that. But early in the season you get a second week, which is always fun, or always good. You've got, obviously with the Roop on the line, you don't have to do too much to get the boys G'd up for this one, which is, it's good.
Exactly. And have you got any new players coming into the lineup today, or?
Yeah, I don't know if he's a new player, but old Swapi's coming in off the bench for us today. We've got a couple of guys back from injury and things, but it'll be Swapi's first game of topside this year, and he's been absolutely ripping into the reserve grade. So yeah, been good.
All the best today, pal.
Awesome. Cheers, Thanks.
I'm here with the coach of the Ponsonby Ponies, Siuali, and first home game of the season.
Yeah, first home game. Got a big support crew, obviously, here in Victoria Park. Got a lot of history here, so we've got a lot of support, and to have it back at Victoria Park, it's a big occasion for us.
Absolutely, and even greater occasion, your first game you played Te Two Roosters, and you won the Root Rooster, and I understand you play for the Root Rooster when you've got a home game. So today, the Root Rooster's up for grab, but it's in your hold at the moment. What's your plan on keeping the Root?
Yeah, our first goal was to obviously make Fox. So the Root Rooster just was a bonus for us. But yeah, the Root Rooster, the people that don't know at home, you defend every home game. It's equivalent to the Ranfurly Shield in rugby. So it's always a tough to try to defend it at home. And it's going to be obviously a big game. Mount Abbott's one of the top teams the last decade. They've got a few championships on.
Thanks very much for joining us here today. This is round 3 of the Fox, and it's coming at you live on the YouTube channel for Auckland Rugby League. We'll just take a break. We'll be back in a moment, and kickoff is just around the bend. Great to have you with us here as we celebrate the very best of local rugby league. Well, welcome. We are about to get underway here. What a glorious day here as we see the autumn leaves falling at Victoria Park. It's in its day, it used to be absolutely jam-packed with people. This was the heart of the rugby league community in years gone by. So as broadcasters and as lovers of the game, it really is fitting that we come all the way back here to Ponsonby and acknowledge the great names of yesteryear. And a warm welcome to those of you who have connections to these two proud clubs, both the Lions and the Ponsonby squad, Ponsonby United, the Ponsonby Ponies, as we know. And so it's going to be one heck of a game as the teams run out with the Root as well and put that on the line. We also will be acknowledging the passing of one of the stalwarts of the City Newton Rugby League Club as well, when these two teams come together in a mark of respect. Nigel, you've no doubt watched plenty of good football here across the years, but a bit of a rarity, and certainly the first time the Fox has been played or covered here, broadcast for a very long time as these two teams come together and get their final instructions from the referee.
Well, mate, there's history here at Victoria Park. I mean, 1910, first test match here, New Zealand Māori versus Great Britain. And, you know, so this is steeped in history, and Ponsonby, the oldest league club in New Zealand. So what a great day. It's a beautiful day for grassroots football, isn't it?
Fantastic. And the Root Rooster, of course, that was first competed for back in 1915. Named after Dick Roop, who donated the trophy when he was the Auckland Rugby League chair. And for the first few decades of his existence, it was a knockout competition played after the championship was completed. But later, it moved to being a pre-season comp, and in 2006 it changed format when it became a trophy, which only changes hand when the holder of the trophy loses a match on their home ground. My apologies, we're in a moment's silence. This is acknowledging the passing this morning of John Atutolu, a City Newton coach of the 1970s. Thank you, everyone. And it is right that we recognise contributors to the game of rugby league here and across the world when they pass. Moi mai rai te rangatira John, haere atu rā ki o tātou tūpuna haere atu rā. John atu tolu, 1970 City Newton coach who passed away this morning. And we wish his whānau well and come to terms with their loss and share in their grief. Commiserations te whānau. All right, we're about to get underway here with round 3. Now we come into this game, Mount Albert 1 win, 1 loss, third on the table. Ponsonby also 1-1, but sitting 6th on the table. It will be Mount Albert rolling from right to left on our coverage as we look there. Paulasea and jersey number 4. They've got plenty of flyers, they always do, Mount Albert. What they do have is a great breeding ground of rugby league talent, good numbers in their junior framework. And, of course, Fowles Park is a buzz as we get underway. Thanks for joining us. Round 3 of the Fox Memorial Championship. That one's tapped back onto the inside, but it's gone into touch. Not quite the start that the ponies would have wanted, but I'm sure that they will recover. They'll have a little bit of pre-game jitters and nerves, no doubt, Nigel.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, great kick-off there. And, yeah, there's no wind as such out there, 20 degrees. Both teams are quite big, so, you know, it's going to be telling out there. But, yeah, good stuff from Mount Albert here.
We're mic'd up with our referee today.
Hill, boys.
A great opportunity here for the Mount Albert squad. First carry in close to the line. Ponies need to be on their game here on D. As you can see, there's plenty of opportunities here. Up through the middle they come, Mount Albert. Squaring up. Number 9's Navajo Doyle pushing the ball across.
Up to get 8.
The track, as you can see, has had some play on it. Dummy half.
Oh, go. That's 4.
That's Doyle. Cross out to the number 3, looking for a way through on the outside, Chaz Brown.
Finally got
Plenty of experience from Chaz Brown. Here's the 5th and final. Really important that Ponsonby control themselves here. Make the tackle as the kick into the in-goal bounces kindly. And tapped into or across the dead ball line. So we started with a goal line dropout, as you can hear the referee in the background. Good set for Mount Albert.
Well, a great completed set there already. Good rubber kick, thread the needle, and yeah, repeat set. So great start.
That was Pussy Money who was chasing after the ball. Lucky for Ponsonby, they were able to tap it back, but they survived that assault early and will be able to find their feet just a little better. Once again, Mount Albert with the ball carrying in. 20 metres out now from the try line. They'll work the short side as well, the Lions. That ball's gone to ground, so good defence. As it turns out, the ball comes into the hands of the Ponsonby squad through Michael Elena. He'll play it 10 out from his own line, 5 into the far side of the field here. It's important that the settlers do a good job. Conservative runs, not trying to do too much as they work away from their danger zone.
Absolutely. I mean, we've got a settler here, but he's got to come up with someone too. Run in pairs. I mean, Mount went wide, and I think that was the right call, but unfortunately the winger dropped it, but the ponies are making it now.
Yeah, I'm with you too, Nigel. Nigel Rattray and with us, famous rugby league family, of course. They're still with the football here. The ponies ripping it forward now just towards the halfway line. Good carry as they push across the half or towards the halfway line. Short side run. Smart kick. Goes deep. At the back. Lions with it. Just the settler through the middle.
Lovely return there. Quick play the ball.
Johnny O'Too's at the back today. Isaiah Falep. Winnie Tana. Down the left edge. Here they come. The big number 21 has the football.
He's a big unit, isn't he?
Dummy half. Paolesa. Drop off on the inside here. Dion Fraser is doing the work with ball in hand and jersey number 7 today.
Yeah, nice tackle. Ponsonby slowing them down a little bit.
Doyle. Lafayette. Ropati. Nice little offload here.
Hold! Got the final!
Patalesio.
Oh, that's not a time to give away a penalty, is it?
13.
Number 13, as you can hear. For a high shot, that's Kingston Manley's been singled out here.
Looks as though Mount Albert's going wide quite early already, so I think, they're always backing their wingers. But Ponsonby did well on that set, holding down, but give away a silly penalty, unfortunately.
All the way, boys. On the tap, guys.
So, set here now. Threatening with the football, the Lions. Content.
Up now, Dons. Lock it.
Just a direct run.
Go, that's one.
The big men are in there and are waiting. That's a lovely ball, and then out wide towards the line. Bundled into touch, though, it would seem, or yes, ball down, referee consults. Good try on the outside for the Mount Albert Lions to get things underway after 5 minutes.
Yeah, and that was lovely. A great face ball there to the winger, and as I said, they're getting it wide early. And as we see here, beautiful face ball, draws the man, and he touches down. Good wingers try. Fantastic.
That's Jeremiah Potu who has scored that try.
Well, we got the kicker getting it from the sideline. There's no wind out there. What are we talking, a 7-iron from here, do you think?
I don't know about a 7-iron. But wasn't it a good try? It was always looked threatening there in the right edge defence for the Ponies. Was struggling, certainly a big unit there, the 34-year-old who was into score Potu.
Well, so far, Mount's jumped on 2 opportunities, so the Ponies just got to tighten it up. It's only early in the game.
Great view here.
Oh, beautiful day.
Gorgeous day for rugby league. It's out watching the Littles out at Mandarewa today. A couple of mokos running in the Mandarewa squad and Papakura. It's just gorgeous and really great to see all the rugby league families out and about on a day like today. Just as pleasant to be watching this action here at the famous Victoria Park. Scene of great games of rugby league over the years. From wide out. And that one will just swing away to the left-hand side. So 5 minutes in and a 4-0 lead here for the Mount Albert Lions. When you think about the Lions too, and let's sort of think back to the great players of yesteryear, Nige, I mean, they've almost been a production line of talent across many decades now.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you had the 70s, the 80s with Mike McLennan. I was lucky enough to actually be the manager of the Bartercard, and they went through a great era there. So, But then you got like the likes of Ropati here as captain. His cousin, Aidan, he's now gone over to the West Tigers. But, a lot of great young lads come through, and Ropati will lead well today.
Well, Aidan's always been a great contributor. Real smart footballer too. And a guy who's been very loyal to the Mount Albert Lions colours over the years and now getting an opportunity. So the Lions have the football here on the 20-metre line. Let's see what they might be able to dish out. The big boys come in for a bit of a look.
What a hit.
Strong from Pasene on defence. He's supported in there as well from Heitoni Tarangi. Quick play the ball now. The big men start to wind up for the Lions once again. Easy to pick out the skipper, Lopati. Inside ball. Lovely number 8. Work here as well. Solid. It's Leah Lafayette. The big 9 ponies will have to be on their game. Defence here from Talangi. Here's the 5th and final tackle. And a bit of an issue here for the number 9. Navajo Doyle, and it's a crusher tackle.
It's a shame there. I mean, once again, we've Ponies giving away a penalty, but there was some great defence there by the boys until we got to that stage. But especially the big boys too, and they're working from marker. Once again, Mount Albert in a good position, and the Ponies half.
The kick to touch then. Again, putting some pressure on at the moment for the Ponsonby squad. Coached this year by Siwele Makawi, first-time Fox coach for the Ponies, but big ups to all of the supporters and sponsors who've come in to assist them. Good wins in the grading rounds too, over Bay Roskill, Howard, Northcote. Some prominent and experienced scalps. And there's the Lions who lose the ball about 15 metres out from the try line as we have another look.
Yep.
Mr. Sloppy play the ball, loose carry.
Loose carry there.
Captain's challenge. Nah, it's been denied.
Well, I was going to say, are we the bunker officially or what?
Yes, we are the bunker, and we can get it as wrong as every bunker.
Mate, I do remember a game being ref by Calvin Rambo, rest his soul. And he went upstairs, but it was just a Bartercard Cup game, and there was no upstairs in the bunker. But yeah.
So Ponsonby have the football. This is a nice run too, down the right edge. Here they come. Have to step back on the inside, and that's exactly what occurs here. But a good run for Timor Williams. He's silenced in the run by Paulasa. Quick play the ball. Here Ponsonby now. They're just setting themselves up as the 14 takes the run forward. Alina with the football. He'll play it back to Sung Yum. Gets it on to the big man. Good tackle across the top from Navajo Doyle, right in front of the posts.
9 on your line. 10.
Good opportunity here for the Ponies. They conceded a try after 5 minutes. Gee, they'd like to get one back.
Got to be on the line, mate. Can't pull up a metre short.
Great here so far by the Ponies. Can they convert this now into
9.
tries?
9. Here's a mark.
There's the line.
Anywhere in line with
Referee
that?
wants it to be absolutely accurate.
And you're ready.
The big number 20 on there at the moment. This is 17 on the roll for Ponsonby.
Up now, Rory. Lock in and hold. Go.
First receiver drop off on the inside.
Up
Lions.
now.
This time it's Tavita Tavalu. Sung Yum. The big number 8 is Solomona Ramon. Solomona offloads the football. Referee will say, come on back. Asima Doe goes in under the post, but the pass was popped late, and the referee had made his call early. So Ponies will have to back it up at the moment. First time really that the Lions have been on defence in the line. Here come the Ponies, straight and direct on the carry this time around for Tony Talangi. He's put away, 8 metres out from the try line. Still the Ponies in a section on the far side of the field, but the Lions reading the play nicely and driving the tackle player towards touch. In fact, pushing him across the touchline on the far side of the field.
Thanks, Corey. Where are we?
Yeah, great defence there by Mount Albert and shutting them the line. You've got to respect the line there.
So 2 markers, fellas.
Seeing number 20 on there for Ponsonby. Not listed, so we try to be as thorough in preparation here with the connections of the squad. Sometimes they have late jersey changes. Now Ponsonby have it once again. Here's a good chance for the home team here at Vic Park now. 20 metres out from the try line. Play the ball here for Sima Doe. Looking for runners, and it starts with Solomona. Good carry. Pops the pass back to Sung Yum, who does well. He's put away in the tackle of the Lions and coming up in defence. Rory Ropati was up too early. Chance for 2. I'm not thinking that they will go down that path though. Scoreline 4-0. Poti scored a try after 5 for the Lions. You're watching the ARL YouTube channel, beaming the local rugby league here from Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland, New Zealand, across the globe. Here they come on the wind-up with the carry. It's Talangi once again. He's put away, 5 out from the line, right in front of the sticks though. Here's a good chance for Ponsonby to bounce back. Dummy half work for Toe. Holding it up too. Nice little ball out to Timor Williams. And Williams is swamped by the Lions defenders who put him away. 10 metres out from the try line. And good carry this time for Tavalu. He's wrapped up once again. Ropati. Busy as a beaver on defence at the moment as Toe has a look. He pushes it out to the left-hand side, but the ball goes to ground. And a promising opportunity there for the Ponies is squandered. It will be a Lions feed. And despite spending a few minutes in the attacking zone, unable to come up with points.
Yeah, I mean, that was obviously the opportunity. They had to get some points over the line. But, you know, 14 minutes into it, Still time, obviously, and they're just trying to settle down. It's, Mount Albert hard on D. I'll tell you, Dale, absolutely fantastic crowd here. I'm just looking around, right around the whole field. Still people turning up. Fantastic.
Yeah, a bit of nostalgia as well. So the Lions have the ball on the right edge this time around, working at about 20 metres out from their own line. Their coach, Trent Wallace, was a crafty player and a very versatile player. He says what a privilege it was to work beside John Auckland, such an experienced hand with the coaching work. Now just trying to come and work their way solidly through the middle. Big number 8, Bravo Solomona, and it's a scrappy play the ball.
Yeah, he tried to speed it up, and unfortunately just a scrappy play the ball. Gives away on the half. It's, 3 weeks into it, and we got a firm track again. Winter sport, and hey, beautiful day out here.
Sure is. The worst is yet to come, though, you'd have to think.
Well, I mean,
weather-wise.
Victoria Park too, but so it's looking stunning at the moment. A little bit of hay out there, but apart from that.
Yes, of course, when the game first came to Auckland City, Newton was its own club, City was its own club, Ponsonby came into the frame soon after. But the Mount Albert Lions certainly have been a force to be reckoned with across many, many years, with tremendous success in all competitions. Oh, that's solid. Solid work too. Siapo Pasine issues a challenge. Slow to his feet this time. He's got to play the ball now. And they're lining up, looking for opportunities to card it forward. Is Centurion Siopella. Lovely name. Big Siopella. Angling back in, putting the fend on as well. This is their standoff, Damon Abbey. Setting it up nicely, 15 metres out from the try line here for Ponsonby. Good chance for them once again. They won't want to squander this opportunity. Towards the line they go. It's Ropati across the top. And the Lions forced to muscle up here. 5 metres out from the try line now. Fifth and final tackle for the Ponies. There's the change of angle. There's the charge towards the post. But ultimately the ball has been wrestled loose. Over the top perhaps. Straight through the middle perhaps. I think that's try time. Try time for Manly. We're in the referee's hands there, Nigel.
I'm just trying to see what the... Has he called it a try? No. It's held up. I tell you what, a great run there, and then out of broken play, they just carried on, and Mount Albert managed to sort of get in there and hold the big fella up. But what a great run by the big fella.
It was sort of knocked on, picked up by Solomona. And then he was able to get it out to Siopella, but ultimately disregarded.
Just wait for my whistle.
So on the 20 we go. It's the Lions with the football playing from the right to left. I guess you'd say here at Vic Park, from east to west. Wonderful to have you with us on the ARL YouTube and Facebook channels. Good carry this time. Solid work too. Fale has the ball on the 40-metre line. Lions with it. Wisely deciding to put it to toe.
Yeah, nice kick and good chase here by the boys. Going to put them under pressure in the red zone.
Ponies a little slow to get back. Covering up now. Well, certainly you have to think just due to the experience that Mount Albert came into the game as firm favourites. But for Ponsonby, they're hanging in, and that's what it's all about. They've weathered that initial storm, conceded an early try, but they've had a bit of the running and they've had a bit of possession as well, Nigel.
Yeah, well, I think the Ponies, mate, are getting a feel for it, and it's just about to click there, but then unfortunately just a few little mistakes there. But she's definitely an arm wrestle.
So they'll be kicking towards the southern touchline here.
Well, it's coming straight for me.
Well, that's one of those coach killers, honestly.
And these are
you've got to belt the ball. If you're kicking it, you've got to belt it across the sideline. That's an absolute. They'll have coaches tearing their hair out. It's only one to watch too out in the centres here for Ponsonby's Timor Williams. He's had a couple of good runs. They just saw him in frame a few moments ago.
Yeah, I mean, Ponsonby's really got to settle down. They've just got to take out these little niggly penalties they're giving away. Yeah. And Ropati, son of Tia Ropati, leading by example out there. A lot of experience under the belt.
Well, it's great. Some of these guys in their 30s, just look at Mount Albert, they've got a nice little mix of youth and experience from guys like Kardena, mid-20s, but you've also got 19-year-olds, Isaiah Farley, 18-year-old in the fullback, Johnny I2. So mixing it up, youth and experience is always a good model as we get a look at Trent Wallace.
Well, I was just about to say the great thing too is former players coming through. So you got Trent played for Mount Albert, and you got Paul Clark. He's the assistant coach, and he actually helped out with the Harold Matthews. So congrats to the Harold Mats boys getting the double.
Very much so. And kia ora to all of the Lions legends. I know they'll be at the club watching the game here this afternoon, those who couldn't make it to Vic Park. Just looking for try number 2 here at the moment as we see Mount Albert Lions poised 12 metres out from the try line. Short ball, cut out ball now. Opportunity. Oh, and what a lovely pass to finish off. Superb rugby league here from the Lions. And they score their second try in the left-hand corner.
Just always keeping alive on the support play there. The big fella takes it on, unloads, gets the hand free and unloads out wide. Beautiful.
Well, that was some great play as well. I think that's the fullback who came into the frame late, Johnny A2.
Just keeping alive on the shoulder. Here it goes. Pop the ball. Beautiful.
Well, we were just mentioning that he's still only 18. Born in 2006. How's that make you feel, Nigel Retro?
Well, I'll make you feel old, Dale.
It does.
Yeah, you commentated on me when I was playing at Carlo Park for Hibiscus. There you
Hey,
go.
that's
back
going
in the,
back. Hey,
I
that's
know.
well in the 90s, that one. Yeah, I've been lucky enough to call a lot of rugby league. I'm still an apprentice, though. You know, when you listen to some of the top guns, I think, crikey, that's how do they make it all spin?
Well,
But
mate,
it's been a privilege over the years calling sport, and of course, a code that Alfano grew up with and loved.
well, mate, I get my debut to do it with you.
Oh,
Fantastic.
beautiful,
So,
eh? He was a dirty player, can I tell you? Those at home, Nigel Rattray,
No.
always ripping in there,
No.
threatening, gouging, and headbutting.
actually,
Just having a bit of fun.
no,
Nigel.
look, a funny story here, Dale. The only time I've only been sunburned once, and it was versus Ponsonby. And I played the ball and came up, and I pushed the guy, and I gave him a little bit of a swing. But the guy came in with a number of punches, and should I say, that's the first time I met Jimmy Piel.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
What a time to do that. So my dad said, "What are you doing, boy?" But I must say, Dale, under 18s I was playing. I'm pretty sure Dale was older. That Jimmy was older than me. So
Nice to be remembering Jimmy Piao. And once again, this one sliding away to the left-hand side. Tries to Po 2 and also to A2 here for an 8-0 lead for the Lions. Well, I grew up and Roger Bailey was our hero. I think he was the first to really utilise the cutout ball or the harbour bridge or rainbow pass, call it what you will. And so he was something of a hero. And big ups to the Bailey clan, such wonderful contributors. Also to Dwayne Mann, now CEO at Auckland Rugby League, and his old man Don. They were the hero. They were our heroes when we were kids. As that ball is delivered up now to the big unit, he comes surging forward. That's Po 2. Hard to tackle. And one day as kids, we had a mini, those little minis of the 1970s. And we're on New North Road, and the car broke down. It had a flat tyre. Roger Bailey was a mate of the old man's, and he's pulled up behind us, and we didn't have a jack. He's lifted the mini himself, and we thought he was Superman. But as it turns out, you can lift a mini at the back. The motors are in the front, of course, but we just thought Roger Bailey was like the hero. Big ups as well to the Lauter brothers, Brian Tracy, who I see at the ex-Kiwi Association dinners, and all the connections to the ponies. So fabulous to have them in the Fox again. So this kick's going to find touch. No, it won't. Ponsonby have the ball. Oh, they look forward to up and down. They come the Lions, quite rightly. The referee says, no, boys. We took that out of the game
They put him down
way back in the
well.
day.
They just got him into a dangerous position, but they put him down well.
He's got to make sure of the sideline kick here, get some good possession and just settle it down.
So, who's the most famous Hibiscus Coast Raider player?
Well, I mean, obviously Bluey McLennan being a player coach, but you had to go back to Reece Guy. The guy was a unit, and he was a solid beast. And then you got the likes of Ken Sterling being a foundation person to get the club going.
Yeah.
You can't get like a legend like Ken Sterling, can you?
And of course, the latest on the Fox desk as well.
Absolutely.
SJ's a proud Hibiscus Coast boy, isn't he? Sean Johnson, hasn't he slotted into his work easily? Hey, it's getting slotted out there at the moment too. The number 11's having a rip-roaring time. I like it too. Pussy money. Ponsonby. That ball been stripped. 1-on-1. Referee makes his call.
Drag forward.
He'll call it back.
Drag forward.
You can hear him in the background.
Drag forward. Okay, you didn't get the ball back, so we couldn't play an advantage, so you scrum down.
Great to have you with us here this afternoon. Images being beamed out live.
Okay.
With my old colleague,
This time up, boys.
Chopper Gerbis is our director today. Long-time commentator and lover of sport and life. Thank him for his crew as well. Bringing you the pictures across YouTube. There's a bit of a hold-up here, Nigel.
Well, you know, at the beginning of the game, we spoke about Ponsonby and the whole resurgence, and now they've got a new club rooms across the road, actually, just straight across the road. But a shout out to Mount Albert too for Teresa, their chairperson, and Mark McLeod. Like, you go to Mount Albert Club, and that place is just a fantastic sort of icon of rugby league today.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is great. The game is still very strong, and when the clubs like Ponsonby are coming back, getting new club rooms, winning the Roop, and, you know, Mount Albert, very proud too, and taking it forward. So, well done to all those grassroots clubs. They're putting time and effort into their clubs and helping the young kids come through.
See, a lot of these names in the Ponsonby team I've never heard of, Nigel, but we'll know plenty of them too come year's end. And while they're down 8-0 at the moment after with 14 to play here in the first half, they have threatened a couple of times, could very easily be 8-6 as we get the scrum feed in here.
As I said, they don't want to panic here.
Okay, when you're ready. Break!
Ponsonby with the football here, taken in by Damon Abbey.
Release!
There's plenty of lifting and dumping going on at the moment as the referee very vocal. This is Lima Tafia. Solid run, good carry. Look at the wall of Lions defenders who put Tafia to ground.
Go, that's two.
Into the hands here of Talangi at the back, and it comes in solid too. That's Timor Williams.
Accidental offside, boys.
Accidental offside is the call here.
Accidental offside. You okay, Free?
A lot of good games going on around the traps today too. We'll try and keep you informed if anything comes through. So Watahu lining up against Papakura as well this afternoon. So wonderful to have you with us here, and to all of our viewers offshore. We just, rugby league people, like all grades of rugby league, it's not just the top echelon they want. I know I'm interested in
Now the
footy that
ladies
happens.
too, you know.
One more step, please.
It's an exciting year for women's rugby league, of course, with the introduction of the Warriors into the NRLW. Quality of football that we're witnessing there too, Nigel. Just
Well, we're seeing the rugby ladies move over to the league. Seen the light, though.
seen the light, yeah.
Seen the light.
Seen the light. We know that one.
You're standing out with headgear like that, aren't you?
Benjamin Roach put away. Lions on the 40-metre line. Easy pickings here. It's Papanui Abbott. It's put away. Doyle, dummy half. Right side play. Little dummy breaking through just for a moment is Benjamin Roach. So he gets up to play the ball. The referee says, no, mate. Onus is on you to do it right. Don't be looking up at me suggesting it was your opponents that caused the kerfuffle. It was all on you.
Yeah, no, just a sloppy play of the ball.
Just the sloppy play the ball. Nigel Rattray with us today. You went on after your playing career and managed a lot of squads. That's a real important contribution to the success of teams, Nigel. Good managers can really help get to the goal.
Oh, mate, I got to say, like, just to, keep being a part of a team is a big thing, whether it be even a coach or a trainer. But, I was very lucky to manage under great coaches, and John Auckland and Bluey and Bernie Perenara, Graham Norton.
That's standout names as well.
Oh,
big ups to all four of you. If you're listening in, did you see that? What, I love that stuff. Oh, yeah. 15 metres out from the try line. Holy hell, it was like trying to stop a Kenworth truck. Ponsonby with the ball 10 metres out from the try line. This is the chance that they have been waiting for. Dummy half work for Simato. Left or right, he decides to go left. Holds it up nicely. Then the little dummy, straightened run to the line. The referee was having a decent look there. I think he's going to give the try. And the big man stands up. Successful. As I say, a lot of these guys new to me. I've got my finger pointing at him, just waiting for him to turn his jersey. We'll get another look. What a great try here for Ponsonby. That's exactly the answer that was needed. Look at this one. Just absolutely dispatching. I think it was Roach. That was Simato.
well, big man on small man's always going to be hard. And he just changes the direction here. Comes in. Gets his body over the line. So first points for Ponsonby.
Ramo Solomona, I think it was, who was in to score. 10 minutes to play. And the Ponsonby ponies are hanging tough here with the Lions. Solomona, famous rugby league family, of course.
Oh, very much so.
It's on the 30-minute mark. 8-4, kick to come.
Just a pitching wedge from here, mate.
Golf terminology filtering into our rugby league commentary this afternoon.
I can't play the game.
I tell you can. And whom we're very proud of is Ryan Fox. Good luck to him.
Oh, absolutely.
He's absolutely rocking it. That's converted. So Ponsonby very much in this one here today. Thanks to our crew from beyond the dugout who are helping to stream us across the world. There's a number of sponsors for Auckland Rugby League. Your support is very much appreciated. Right, game is in a healthy state as far as playing numbers are concerned. There's the restart. Gallagher Doyle gets us underway here as he sends it deep and west. Ponsonby with it straight up the middle and off the back fence. Solid carry. 20 metres right in front of us. That's number 22, Lima Tafea.
Got to say, though, with these big lads, there's still plenty of petrol in the tank here, and look, they're going strong. Everyone's working fast. Mount Everest's been trying to slow them down.
Yeah, Siweli, the coach of Ponsonby, will be pretty pleased with what he's witnessing here. Siweli the coach.
Absolutely, they made some early mistakes early in the first 10 minutes, but now they're settling in and they're over the line. 2-point ball game.
40 metres out from the try line. Here's the kick. And it's deep. But almost a little mix-up at the back here for the Lions. As it turns out, though, the referee says all the chasers were in front. Not to his liking, so a penalty here, 20 metres out from their own line, the Lions. Chance to kick across here to the commentary side. And, of course, looking across at the far side as well. Let's get another little replay. You remember the old grandstand?
Were they in the 10, sir? Were they in the 10 as well? Yeah. Only by a metre.
Charles Gabriel in jersey number 20 has been pretty involved here today. That's the try that was scored here by Solomona. And just a little bit of a hold-up. Some running repairs here for Tai Sung Yum. Checking the neck, Tice was picked up and unceremoniously